Did you ever find out how many women he actually cheated on you with? Was
As
there
a
ever a
whole
time
in marriage?
in, out, or whatever? Was there ever a moment that y'all had a come to Jesus moment where he sat down and said, "Listen, to my knowledge, this is how many women I've slept with."
Okay, so part of the recovery process where we were in the program for infidelity and all that is discovery. And in discovery, it's like we've trickled out a lot of information. Now it's time to go to level zero, ground zero, they call it. And so he had to make a list. And so he made a list of women, so everything that he could recollect. And there was nearly 100 women on there. And so
You're talking about the 100. Where are you going back
that he
to?
wrote on the list. Now,
You talking about why y'all? You talking about in his lifetime, or you talking about while y'all were dealing with each other?
okay, so we have to define these things. So I did not do a good job at defining if it was the lifetime of his lifetime or if it was specific to just
Well, heck, he been dating you since he was 19.
right. So in my mind, to me that's a lifetime, right?
Yeah,
in my mind. So I'm thinking at least since we have met.
Welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. So guys, you saw the video. Derrick Jaxn, his ex-wife, exposed him for cheating with over 100 women. Here's the thing. If he was sleeping with that many women, she knew about it. She still stayed. How can we even possibly feel bad for her? Why are people even feeling sorry for her? She obviously knew about it. She still stayed. She should be getting off social media, stop doing interviews, and just find a good therapist and try to move on with her life. I don't see how putting him on blast is gonna help. If she thinks this will stop women from lusting after him and stop them from supporting his platform, think again. And on top of that, you could find interviews on YouTube of her admitting to watching videos of him with other women so she can learn their moves and new tricks to try to please him. Clearly, she was okay with him cheating and being with other women. What sane woman watches tapes of their man with other women unless they're completely okay with it and have a fetish for that type of stuff? What clearly happened is that she knew everything he was doing. He just got too wild with it, couldn't control his side chicks, and started publicly embarrassing her. That's when things went south. There's a lot of women that know that their man is cheating and they're okay with it as long as he knows where home is. But what tends to happen is that some guys, instead of just taking the inch that their lady gives them, they want the whole mile. They get greedy and sloppy. They want their cake and eat it too. They start publicly embarrassing her. Now all her friends and family members know all y'all business. Some dudes take it even further and start having outside kids. The sad part about this, most of those women were his fans who fell in love with what he's preaching, even though he was cheating on his wife with them. Makes no sense. All that sisterhood, black girl magic, you go girl, black girls rock, all that stuff goes out the window when they see a man that they lust after. You better believe most, if not all those women, they knew he was married. But just like the flesh is weak when it comes to men, it's also weak for women too. When they come across a guy that makes them tingle, it doesn't matter whether he's in a relationship or married. And one thing about women, believe it or not, there's a lot of women that desire to be a side chick. They get off the fact that a man is already taken and in a relationship. They find a man who's already taken, especially if he's married, more attractive. Part of the reason is because if he's willing to marry a woman, provide and protect for her, then in a sick way, she feels like he would be willing to do the same for her. Sometimes they'll play a part and take that side chick position, hoping and waiting for any little chance to get promoted to becoming the main chick. It's even worse if the guy is attractive, in shape, and has some status. And on top of that, you throw in a guy who has some money, who lives an above average lifestyle. She already knows this type of guy is rare to find, and a lot of women will be willing to do anything to keep him in her life, even if he's married, even if he has kids, even if he has a girlfriend. Derrick Jaxn is not the only example of a man who has a lot of women that knowingly sleep with him, even though they all know that he's married. It happens all the time in real life. We hear stories about pastors with members of their congregation, the boss and the secretary. We saw Ime Udoka and his side pieces. They all knew he was with Nia Long. That didn't stop them. At the end of the day, A lot of people, and especially a lot of women, they will believe whoever makes them feel good and knows all the right things to say. Pastors get exposed all the time for wild stuff, stealing money from the church, sleeping with members of the church, but there's still certain members of the church in the congregation that still stands by their side and supports them. Derrick Jaxn will still have women that support him. And it didn't take a genius to see that he was full of crap and just a con man selling fairy tale dreams to women. But unfortunately, too many women, and might I add, too many grown women, still believe in fairy tales and believe a guy who says everything that they want to hear and throw fellow men under the bus is that guy that they should follow, that guy they should support. Nah, boo. Dudes who talk like Derrick Jaxn are either con man or a simp or both. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. And with that being said, I am out.